intention for today is on the throat chakra. So usually people think of the throat chakra as this ability to speak clearly and kind of communicate effectively based on what your inner truth is. But we don't always think about it having to do with sound in all regards. So it has to do with resonance, listening, as well as that speaking your truth. And so I just wanted to take a moment here as we're getting started to tune into the ears just a little bit. So I want us to listen first around the body space. See if there's any of your own body noises that you can hear. Maybe it's the breathing, just passing in and out of the throat. And then start to expand your awareness a little bit outward. So what other noises can you hear inside of this space? You hear the fan, music, hearing the sounds of other people in this room. And then take a moment to expand out of this space. Maybe other sounds of this building, sounds outside this building, traffic, people. One thing that we can do to help out this throat chakra area is even just take moments like this to listen. Just experience the world through the ears. Oftentimes we're very visual people, but tuning into the ears can be really helpful sometimes. And so with that little activity, that nice gentle meditation to get us started, we're going to start taking the knees into the chest. Let's rock around just ever so lightly on the hips. You'll notice lots of the movements of class today will be focused around the neck. The positions will be more or less what we do in this class all the time, but we're adding an extra neck focus and shoulders, trying to loosen up those tight areas. So at this point, go ahead and release left leg long to the ground. Give a moment for this right knee to get hugged tightly into the shoulder. From that really tight arrangement, start to let the knee twist over the body all the way to the left. Now this is where we're starting to add the neck in. So extend the right arm to the right and let the gaze go over those right fingers. See if you can let your knee drop with gravity in a placement that allows the neck to pull against it to stretch.
Yeah.
So knees pulling to left, and we're gazing to the right, and you're trying to let your gaze go in such a way that you gently get a neck twist and a neck stretch. You're welcome. A couple more easy breaths. Another nice inhale. Exhale. Start to return this right hip to the ground. When the hips are grounded, extend right leg up to sky. Walk your hands up as high as you can reach. Trying to extend this leg nice and long. And we'll take the motion almost like a crunch, but really it's mostly about the vertebrae of the neck, trying to help the neck roll up and then roll back long on the ground. So lift up the crown of the head and then start to roll the crown of the head up toward the knee and then roll the head back down nice and long on the earth. And nice and slow like that. We'll do 4 more. Curl the head in toward the knee and roll back. Another 3, exhale. Inhale. 2. And 1. Good. Set the neck long on the ground. So that usually means the chin is tucked just a little bit. Then we'll take figure 4 stretch from there. So right ankle to left thigh, set up the hug. You can use arm strength as deeply to pull this leg as deeply in as feels good, or you can just let it be relaxed out. Kind of up to your hip. Just listen to that area. All the muscles relax. More deep inhale. Nice exhale. And release the right leg. Drop it all the way long to ground. Give this left knee that deep hug to shoulder. Start to set up the twist. This left knee heads across the body to the right. And then this left arm is stretching the left and set up the neck in a placement that feels like it's stretching. It's kind of pulling against the rest of the body. Two more deep, slow belly breaths. That left hip starts to return to ground. Extend the left leg up to sky. Grab on, walk the hands as high as they can. Try to keep that right leg on the floor really extended. A little bit of extra energy sending down through that. And then from here, start to curl up the head nice and slow. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 4. 3. 2. 1. Beautiful, beautiful. So we're gonna take that left ankle to the right thigh, figure 4 stretch. Set up the hug, give it some time. Try to keep the neck long, so chin is tucked just a little bit. More deep, beautiful inhale. Exhale. Release both feet to plant like a bridge pose. As the neck is already set up long, we're going to take that bridge pose, lift up the tailbone, rise up 1 vertebrae at a time, and then roll all the way down. Pay attention to the neck on the ground. Notice how lifting the chest like that kind of curls the chin into the chest just a little bit more. It's almost to the point of just about being at the brink of a stretch. Take another 3. And 2. And 1. Good. When hips are on the floor, now take the hands to clasp behind the head. It's going to be the motion kind of like a crunch where we're lifting up the chest and the shoulders, but instead of kind of forcing the head up and in, we're going to push the head back into the hands to build just a little bit of neck strength there. So we're crunching up, but the head is pushing back into the hands. It adds a whole different degree of difficulty to it. So exhale, we're crunching up, but head is pushing back. And look. And 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Relax the head back long, neck long on the ground, and take a moment with happy baby. Maybe grab feet, maybe grab shins. This is personal preference. You can be in stillness, you can be in movement. Two more breaths. Let's rock up to a nice cobbler's pose. Bottoms of feet together. Find length through the spine, up the neck. Tilt forward with that long spine. And then eventually when you're tilted forward as far as possible, head droops down. Another deep belly breath here. Next inhale. Exhale. We're rolling the spine back up. Two choices, either grab onto the ankles to set up nice and tall or fingers behind us nice and tall, whatever feels more natural. From here, with the spine set up straight up to the shoulders, start to drop the right ear to the right shoulder. We'll begin to roll the head slightly behind shoulder, the chin goes up just a little bit. And then ear back over shoulder. Head slightly in front of shoulder, nose turns down. Roll chin to chest. Lengthen back up. Left ear over to left shoulder. Head slightly behind shoulder, jaw up. Ear over shoulder. Head slightly in front of shoulder, nose turns down. Roll chin all the way to chest. So it's nice to do that full check-in for the whole neck. So as we go through some of our neck roll movements later on in class, feel free to pay extra attention to the spots that were tight through that. Good. Now lengthening the spine up, open the legs out wide, find the hands on the floor, and just let the head droop heavy forward. Letting your head lead the way. Let the head roll over toward the right knee. The shoulder follows just a little bit, where it's just swaying. Then head heavy through the center, sway over toward the left leg. The weight of the head is leading the way, just rolling all the way right, all the way left. Just sway a couple more times, easy, both sides. Finish once more each direction. And returning forward, roll the spine up. Legs slide together in front of you. They can be a little bent if needed. We're going to straighten the spine all the way up. Reach high. Nice inhale. Exhale, tilt forward. One more deep inhale. Exhale. And then lengthen the spine up. Bring the knees underneath the body. As we do a couple of cat-cows here, we're going to include a little bit more of that aspect of sound. So this will be the lion's breath. So you'll inhale when you're going through cat, the spine is up high. Exhale, stick the tongue out, cow. One. Good, lower chest all the way to floor. Slide the hands forward. And arms and legs are going to try to lift together with an inhale. All right. Exhale, lower. Repeating 4. If it's too hard, arms go up to the side. 3, 2, 1. Good. Hands slide in right under the shoulders. Either come up to a nice sphinx, or if you prefer cobra, you can take that one instead. Your choice of the back bend. One more good inhale here. Exhale. Rest back all the way to child pose. Forehead's up on the ground. Just rock the head left and right. You can stay a little bit longer or rise up to downward facing dog when you're ready. Easy movements for the knees. Especially let the head just be heavy today. You can rock it left and right, yes and no. Inhale. Exhale, we're working our way up to top of mat. Once again, in that shape, set yourself up in a place where the head can just be heavy. Maybe take that moment to do bobble head movements. Just nice and loose. Next inhale helps us rise. Exhale, hands down to the heart. Beautiful. Inhale, circle up to sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fingers down, just right leg back. Drop that knee to floor. Arms to rise up to sky. And then circle the hands to clasp around the back of the head and push the head down. Elbows open nice and wide. So then from here, take your hips over the front leg and straighten the front leg. Keep the right hand behind the head as the left hand supports you with balance. Your right hand helps to invite this chin into the chest. Just gently stretching back of neck while we're lengthening that tension. Beautiful. So now from here, slide this left leg back behind you, drop down to elbows. One hand makes a fist, the other hand hugs around the fist. We're tucking our toes, lifting our hips to dolphin pose. And again, let the neck be loose. So you could bobble head if you wanted to. You're lifting the legs up all the way like a triangle. Even walking the toes in a little bit if you have that movement. Beautiful. So walk the toes backwards, lower hips to ground, Sphinx. Release the hands. Gaze over the right shoulder. Gaze over the left shoulder. Back forward. Slide the hands in. Maybe a cobra. And then back to child. Forehead on the ground, just rocking the head left and right. Beautiful. Up to down dog when you're ready. Is loose. Walking up to top of mat. Forward fold, neck is loose. Knees can be bent if needed. That can help. There feel a little bit more mobility through the neck instead of tightness. Next inhale to rise. Comes down to heart. Right away, second side. Curl up. So forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fingers down. Slide the left foot back. Drop the knee. As you're sinking your hips forward, slope the arms up. Clasp hands behind head. And pushes back, elbows are open. Inhale. That's okay. Exhale, straighten the leg. Drop one hand down. The other hand helps to invite the chin into the chest, that nice back of neck stretch. Beautiful. Start to slide this leg back underneath. Taking another dolphin pose. Lower the elbows. One hand is a fist, the other hand hugs around. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Walk the toes in. Make sure that neck is loose. This one you can either stay like this, or if you need an additional challenge, right leg reaches up to sky, and then right foot to floor. Left leg up, and we'll be in a child pose whenever you're satisfied. So just take it however long feels good. Perhaps 2 more each leg. And just rest. Nice, easy child. Oh, beautiful. So, rising up from here, come up to a nice high kneeling spot. The right leg slides out long to the right. We're going to slide the right hand down that right leg. Left hand up to sky. And then even continue to reach over. Beautiful. Round all the way down, pointing hands to floor and then elbows to floor. Coming back up to hands. This right foot slides its way all the way up to this right top corner of the mat. Start to sink your weight forward. Tuck the back toes, lifting that knee. We're gonna try 5 sets of push-ups from here. So the elbows bring as far as they can and then press up. 5. Nice assisted push-up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Softly lower the back knee down. If you'd like to lower to elbows, either on the floor or on blocks, that's fine. But then this is a moment to be with the neck. So start to roll through the neck, kind of easing out any neck tension. If there's an angle that feels particularly helpful, just pause for a couple bonus breaths here. Keep into that spot. So as we come back up to hands, tuck the back toes, lift up that knee, and then rotate the back heel down. You're shifting your hips back as you walk your fingertips up to the top left corner of mat, trying to pull the neck, pull the spine long to that direction. Good. Turn your toes to this left long edge of mat. Wide angle forward fold. Head is nice and loose. Up into the knees, roll the spine up. The right toes turn forward to top of mat. Open the arms to warrior 2. Take a nice extended side angle, resting the right elbow down, left arm reaches over. Notice how the neck here is in a nice long line like the rest of the vertebrae. Good. Rising up, reverse it out. Stretching backwards. Good. Rising up, warrior 2, and then to triangle. Front leg straightens. The right hand forward to drop right hand to shin, left hand to sky. Again, a nice long neck. You wouldn't want to just kind of cock your head down. So find the length instead, like your head is trying to pull to mirror. Beautiful. So rising up, face your hips forward, and then bend that front knee, warrior 1. Touching the elbows in front of you, elbows open up with inhale. Round, even exaggerating through the spine, touching front. 5, open up, and touch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Release, circle arms to sky. And then straightening the front leg, hands to hips, keeping the hips square forward. Pyramid pose, walk yourself down. Bending the front knee, circle the arms up to sky, warrior 1. Try to balance forward, warrior 3. You can open arms to airplane position if you'd like. And we'll take eagle's pose. So rising up, this left leg crosses over, left elbow under. Good. Yep. Toe kickstand is fine. Kind of set up the shoulders in a stretch. So try to push the shoulders down, elbows lift up. Good. Nice inhale. Exhale, release. Finding the feet, let the arms be noodles, just letting them twist left and right. Taking all that tension out. Good. From here, knees can be bent or straight, clasp the hands behind the back, and just take a nice shoulder stretch as you go forward. So that's where the bent knees could be really helpful to get deeper into the shoulder area. And release the hands down to ground. Neck is loose. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, slide the hands down. Travel back to plank. Lift the hips up to down dog. And then we're going to lower the elbows down. So if you need to drop the knees to do that, that's fine. Otherwise, just lower one at a time. Dolphin. Maybe the toes walk in a little bit. Maybe you choose this option 1, just stay. Maybe option 2, one leg lifts and lowers. Maybe option 3, a couple of kicks. So right leg swings with momentum. And left leg momentum. Keep going until you're satisfied, and then you're going to take it in that transition towards Sphinx. So the toes walk back, the hips lower to the ground. Lift the hands. Length. Let the head go through a couple of easy circles. So drop to one side, roll all the way through center. Back. And then in the back, reverse. If there's any tightness that you're discovering, take a moment to pause in the place that stretches that out. Good. So head floats back up. This right elbow's already at a 90-degree angle. Keep it at that angle, but slide it as far as it can off to the right. Place the right cheek on the floor. Slide the left hand back just a little bit to plant on the floor, and then press into that left hand to help you get into that right shoulder stretch. So maybe hip stacked, maybe top leg comes back to plant behind, or just pull back. But it doesn't matter how far you're taking it. What really matters is how you're filling it in that right shoulder. Nice inhale. Exhale. Work the hips down to the ground. Slide the left elbow out. Left cheek down. And then work into that left shoulder stretch. So maybe hips lift, maybe the top leg rotates back. Inhale, exhale, hips go back down to floor, shift back to child pose. Maybe the forehead is rocking on the ground left and right a few times. Good. So rising up to a high kneeling position. Left straight leg goes off the left. Slide the left hand down that left leg, right up to sky. Neck is long rather than just collapsed. You can even continue to reach that right arm over. Beautiful. So rising up. Plant the hands in front, even lowering to elbows. Good. Coming up to hands. That left foot comes up to its left, top corner of mat. Hips sink forward. Tuck the back toes, lift up that knee for a moment. We've got those supported push-ups. So elbows bend as far as you can and press up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. The knee can lower. Perhaps you stay on wrists, or maybe you lower one or both elbows. Let yourself have some neck rolling out. Come up to hands. Tuck the back toes, lift up that knee, but rotate the heel down. Good. We're walking our fingertips to this top right corner of that while the hips pull back away from that. And turn yourself, the toes and everything, the hands walk all the way to this right long edge of mat. As you drop down, let the head be heavy. You can take it left and right if you like. Good. So, bend the knees, roll the spine up. Left toes turn forward, bend that knee, warrior 2. Extended side angle. Left elbow on the thigh, reach the right arm up and over. Neck is long. Good. Reverse. Warrior 2, straighten the front leg, triangle. Reach the left foot forward to lower to shin. Right arm to sky. Lots of extension through neck and fingertips. Good. Rising up, front knee bends. Circle your way forward into warrior 1. Elbows touch in front of us. The whole chest open up. Inhale, exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Circle up to sky. Left leg straightens, hands to hips, triangle. Tilt forward and then walk the hands down. Knee bends, sweep arms up to warrior 1. Tilting forward to warrior 3, maybe airplane arms, maybe arms can stay forward. Rising up, directly to eagle, right thigh over, right elbow under. Set up the shoulders in a stretch, so maybe shoulders down, but elbows up. open it up. Noodle arms, just sway. So again, knees can be super bent or not, but clasp hands behind the back and just relax that shoulder stretch. Dropping hands to floor, let the legs lengthen a bit, but neck is still relaxed. Inhale, slide the hands up the shins, nice long spine, including that forward. And then drop everything heavy down, exhale. Start to slide the feet back, all the way up to down dog. All the way to plank or kneeling plank. And strongly lower chaturanga. Good. This time, instead of having the bent right elbow, the right arm is going to be straight. I like to have the middle finger kind of level with about where my eyes are. Then I look away from that, so right cheek is on the floor. And then press into the left hand to take the shoulder stretch. You'll notice this one gets slightly different spots than the bent elbow version. Maybe the top leg can really rotate back quite a bit more than the floor. And relax the belly to floor. Switch it out. Left arm slides out. Middle finger level with the eye. Put left cheek down. And then start to press into the right hand to the amount that feels really good on the shoulder. So belly down. We're shifting back into child pose, but let the knees be a little bit wider. From that wide knee position, it's possible to get the shoulder stretch. So leave the left arm forward, but thread the right shoulder under that left armpit space. Good. Switch out the arms. And both arms forward for a moment. Walking the hands in, the torso comes up. We're shifting ourselves to sit to the right, so the feet should be tucked to the left. So from there, spine is lifted nice and tall. You're grabbing left hand to left ankle. And you're starting to reach this right hand up and over. This time, do let the ear drop down to left shoulder. The ears over left shoulder, the right fingers start to float back down. When they start to go to an angle lower than parallel to floor, you'll start to feel that right shoulder in the stretch. Give it a couple of good breaths right there. Beautiful. Head gently floats up. And we're switching sides. So feet tucked to the right. Right hand grabs right ankle. Left hand reaches up to the sky, lean over, and we're purposely dropping right ear to right shoulder as much as we can. Good. Left hand starts to lower. When you get to the shoulder stretch, just pause. More nice inhale. Exhale, head floats up. Beautiful. Legs can swivel out in front. Now we're going to take a plow pose. I love how that really pulls the neck long, or just a normal upright shoulder stand, that's fine. If you know how to get into it, great. Sometimes it is helpful to have a blanket set up such that the neck goes just past the fold of it. So that helps the neck go longer. So if you want to try that, that's fine. If shoulder stand is not anywhere in your practice, yep, you can either have block under hips or you can use the wall. Just pressing feet into the wall helps you to lift the hips up like a bridge pose. So if you're taking full bridge, I usually go from rolling. And then once I've got my hips above me, I start to walk my hands onto my low back to support. So nice and lifted. Just go to whatever you can, even if it's just block to support you, that's perfectly fine. As the neck is set up long on the ground, keep this left foot up high. You're looking at it. Right leg starts to come a little bit closer to torso. Good, and we'll switch it out. Right leg up, left foot back. Or forward, I guess, depending on how you're looking at your orientation. Good, both legs up. You can either stay shoulder stand or both feet together start to lower. Keep your hands supporting the low back unless the toes touch the ground. If they touch, you can take the hand clasp behind your back. Inhale and exhale. If hands clasp together, release them. Gently hold onto the low back, helping to support the low back as it's slowly returning to the floor. Oftentimes bent knees really helps the weight distribute just a little bit better. We're ending up laying on the floor. If there's last positions you'd like while you're settling your hips down, take them. So sometimes it's nice just to hug the knees into the chest. Sometimes it's nice to take a twist. Both knees going to one side for a couple of breaths. And then eventually taking the other side. Even happy baby could feel really nice. Take your time to really settle your body down, relaxing it for Shavasana today. Make sure your neck is set up long behind you, maybe even shoulder blades kind of squeeze together just a little bit. Set yourself up comfortably. And then we're doing the opposite of what we did at the beginning of class. Beginning of class, we started in and we expanded out as far as our senses could reach. Now, during our Shavasana, we're going to do the opposite. So I won't tell you when to start getting closer and closer, but take a little while to just scan outward as far as your ears can pick up any noise. So maybe street, maybe traffic, maybe people outside the doors. See if you can pick up anything with your ears. And then just as you continue to slowly progress through the Shavasana, you'll slowly start to bring it closer to this building, this room, the space immediately around you, to your body, and then trying to listen to just the most internal thing that you can hear. Take your time gradually progressing through distance far away to distance close. Begin to deepen inhales and exhales. Introduce little movements back to the body, fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Stretching out in ways that feel really good for the body. If you know you'd love a fetal position, feel free to roll over to one side. Perhaps give it 2 or 3 more breaths until you feel ready to rest. So here with hands at the heart, we acknowledge all that our throat chakra does, all the communication that needs to happen. Externally, ourselves communicating our truth outward. And we also recognize how the physical body is affected by the throat chakra. As we stretch through neck and shoulders, we help that chakra to feel much more open and vibrant. And as we tune into our ears, listening from the external world in, we're able to be with this chakra in a whole different way. Sometimes getting little surprises from the earth, like hearing sounds of birds that have been happening this whole class probably and just barely noticing. So with these little surprises with this throat chakra to help lead us on, let's allow ourselves to wrap up the time we shared together with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.